Hey, aloha guys, Eric West here, hawaiirealestate.org. If you're new to the channel, I'm all about teaching you everything there is to know about Hawaii and its real estate, but you just can't always find it in the listing. Those pesky listings, right? These listing agents, just like 3 sentences and you go figure it out. Well, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you figure out the rest of the story. And where am I at today, guys? I'm at the beautiful Plantation Estate. So, of course, if you're ever in the market, whether it's to buy or sell a home or land here in the Plantation Estates, of course I'd love to be your guy. Don't forget to thumbs up the video. I mean, you can thumbs down it too if you're not a big fan of the plantation and the beauty and awe that this place experiences, but I don't think that's possible, right? Because this place is like the pinnacle of Maui real estate. I'm sorry, it just is. Show me something better and we'll have like a versus, right? Plantation versus you name it. I'll take it on, I promise you, and I'll explain to you why this place is like Maui no Kaoi encapsulated in one neighborhood. Of course, comes with the price tag, of course. You know, just sorry, hate to tell you that. This is not a low-end neighborhood, right? This is the pinnacle and has the pinnacle prices, but the good news is worth every single penny. So where am I at? The sun's getting ready to set, by the way. We're waiting for it. It's very cloudy today, which is weird for all of West Maui, not just the plantation. The plantation does get this nice cloud cover. But let me just show you around here a little bit and just point out a few things which I think you'll find enjoyable. And of course, hit me in the comments if you have a special connection to the plantation. There, of course, is the beautiful clubhouse and restaurant. By the way, none of this is private. This is open to the public, so you can come here and play to your heart's desire. And of course, if you live in the plantation or if you live in Hawaii, you have a local driver's license, you get nice local discounted rates. But there's a Ben Crenshaw designed course. The neighborhood actually sits on a complete total of 720 acres, so it's very low density. And the homes, I don't know what to say, man. They are incredible. Matter of fact, I just showed that home a few weeks ago. That one's pretty nuts. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not trying to sell real estate here, I promise you guys. I'm trying to show you the amazing beauty that is Kapalua Plantation. And there's that sun. I don't think it's set yet. I think it's hiding behind the clouds. So I think we're going to see like this little beautiful fiery ball of beauty show up any second now. But I do have my little buddy, my little one wheels over there. We might just go for a quick cruise. I don't know, maybe not. Haven't decided yet. It was just, I was coming down from showing a lot in here and I thought, man, I just got to show this scene to you because it's so surreal. It's almost, it is like something out of a movie almost. And the sound of the birds, I was just out here walking around the neighborhood and it was just so peaceful. Matter of fact, I met some other buyers that were out here that were just perusing. And it's so funny, they wanted to go look at this lot. And I tell people all the time, it's one of the few gated communities on Maui that is manned and they don't mess around. You can't get in. So I saw these 2 buyers walking this piece of land and I was like, hey, how did you guys get in here? They're like, oh, you didn't notice our car was parked at the gate. So they got parked and snuck into the plantation. And where's their buyer's agent at? And I was like, what? Oh, we didn't want to make her drive. I'm like, really? So anyway, I answered a whole bunch of questions for him just to show him the aloha vibe. But anyway, it's all good. But yeah, you can't get into this neighborhood, man. Let's just say hypothetically, just to show you the extreme nature of it. Let's just say hypothetically, I come here and I want to show a piece of land, right? And I'm not the listing agent. And I go to the gate and I go, hey, I'm with Keller Williams, man. I just, our company has it listed. It's just right over here. Can I? Nope, can't get in. You have to be met at the gate. It's crazy. But anyway, that's good, right? If you're into security, not that you need it on Maui. You don't need security here. I'm sorry, what are you going to secure yourself from? There's no crime. But it is nice, and people do like that peace of mind. I understand that. So it's always important to protect an asset, especially if you threw down, $4 or $5 million on your place. It's important to have that peace of mind, knowing there's no hoodlums or whatever. But that stuff just doesn't happen here, man. I'm telling you, that's more of a mainland concept. This whole gated community security thing. We just have very, very low incidence of crime. Matter of fact, it's one of the reasons I chose to move to Hawaii. As I look at the crime numbers in the city I came from Denver. Look at the murder rate in Denver. What? Look at the murder rate in your town. What is it? They don't ever give you the raw number. It's always per 100,000, but just do the math and you'll be like, oh. Anyway, this is not what this video is about. This video is about giving you that peace of mind that Hawaii is one of the safest places I think you can live in the world. Now, Oahu kind of acts like a big city. I get that. I got 1 million people stuck on a little rock with the worst traffic in the world. That could cause a little bit temperamental outrage of crime, I get it. But on Maui, no way, man, this place is chill. Okay, there are a couple rough neighborhoods. I won't mention any areas. North Kihei. Just kidding. No, I'm not, but that's okay. You get a little bit of incidents. As a matter of fact, when I first moved here, I did my due diligence, right? I pulled up the sex offender app. Yep, want to know who's across the street. I've lost more than one deal because I told my clients to look up that information, and sure enough, there was one freak across the street, and they pulled out of the contract, or we'd never even made the offer, right? So, aloha to you, Jason Springer. That's the guy. Remember that, Jace? We pulled out of that house because the neighbor was a registered, you know what. And then also I talked to the cops. I went to the cops. I said, hey, what do you guys usually get calls on? And they said, mainly domestic, disputes in like the lower end kind of neighborhood. So anyway, that made me feel really good. So what are we looking at right there? Don't know how I got on that little, but that was for somebody that's out there thinking about moving here and they want to know it's a safe place. So right there, we're looking, of course, at the Ritz Carlton where I was just at a couple nights ago. If you missed that live, be sure to check it out. And to the right of that is the beautiful Montage, right? So you can own fee simple condos in both of those properties. There's the Montage. And then in between there and the Montage, we're looking at the Ironwoods, which is the very first buildings that you see right there, right past the grassy knoll. See the grassy knoll right there? Oop. That's the Ironwoods, and then right beyond that to the right is, of course, Kapalua Bay Villas. To the left we have Kapalua Ridge Villas. See the Ridge Villas? Can you guess which ones they are? Yep, they're the ones on the ridge. And that's a quick iPhone 12X photo tour of the local establishments. And one of the coolest things actually about owning property in Kapalua, you may or may not know this, is that you can become a member of what they call the Kapalua Club, baby. So it's like, I don't know, is it 5, 10, 15 grand, something like that. Look it up on the website, just Google Kapalua Club. The program is changing a little bit because the whole Kapalua region was recently acquired. The resort, if you want to call it that, the community resort was acquired by the richest man in Japan. He's a multi-billionaire, and he is really committed. He owns a place here in the Plantation, but I've heard he's very committed to bringing this whole area just up another notch. And the Kapalua Club could get revamped, but what it is right now is it gives you access as a real estate owner in Kapalua, not just the Plantation, but anywhere in Kapalua, gives you access to the Montage pool and spa, and it's the pool that's closer to Kapalua Bay, and the concierge that's on the beach, and the spa at the Montage, which is hands down the best spa and best gym. Most importantly, they have the best gym. Someone's calling me, and we just had to hit the red button. But anyway, but also gives you access to the Ritz Carlton legally, right? You can go to the Ritz Carlton, hang out their pool. That's pretty cool. Discount on golf, tennis, and restaurants. So Kapalua Club, Google it up. But that to me is one of the coolest reasons why you should consider purchasing real estate in Kapalua. The only kind of aha moment sometimes here that people don't realize is no motorcycles are allowed in the Plantation or anywhere in Kapalua. So if you're a big Harley guy and you want to go driving your motorcycle to your house, technically no can. So that's the only kind of real deal killer I've ever come across. I had a client that actually owned one of the biggest motorcycle manufacturing companies in the world. And he's like, dude, he's like, do you think I like to ride motorcycles? I'm like, yeah, probably. So he pulled out. But other than that, that's the only kind of, aha moment. Standard HOA regs and so on and so forth. So nothing, high-end designed homes with minimum square footages and design review committees and all that kind of stuff. That's really actually good because it protects your investment, right? You don't want someone coming in here putting up some, disaster. And that really does protect values in the neighborhood. Of course, if you ever want to see what's for sale or recently sold here in the neighborhood, I have a website called PlantationEstatesForSale.com. Easy to remember, right? PlantationEstatesForSale.com. Go ahead and punch that into your web browser. If you're curious, I'll put a link in the description as well. But I've been waiting for this sunset just to erupt. And it's so crazy. We never have this kind of cloud cover. I don't know what's going on. I mean, I like it. Trust me, it's kind of cool, but it's unusual to have this level of cloud cover all over the West Maui's. And one last thing I want to point out about the Plantation and Kapalua area. If you ever are curious about what a neighborhood is like in terms of weather, I'm going to give you a tip right now that will answer the question forever and for always. Put in, like the name of the island, say Maui, a rain map, or Kauai rain map, or Oahu rain map, and then hit images on Google, and it'll pull up these images. They look like rainbows, kind of. And on there, it shows you the color of the rain, and it's very, very, very accurate. So if it has like, purple, that's like Hana style, Hilo, 300 inches a year, you don't want to be in the purple. unless you're a little, you know, whatever. In my opinion, that's a little too much rain. And then you've got green, you know, dark green, winter green, and then you have, you know, red, which is always the leeward side, right? That says red, drought, 14 inches of rain a year. But there's this band, this is the yellow band. In my opinion, the best weather in Hawaii is the yellow band. It's interesting, if you look at Oahu, I was just studying this yesterday for a client. Oahu, all of like Honolulu is in the yellow band, just right behind, you know, where like Manoa Valley is and stuff like that. So interesting, right? That's why the weather in Honolulu has always, to me, been like epic. So Maui, the only yellow bands are right here. This is a yellow band, and Kula. Perfect weather. I'm sorry, it really is. Okay, here comes the sun. I'm telling you guys, you thought I was messing with you, right? Here it comes. There it is. This could be epic. So don't forget to thumb up the video if you really like my horizon that's not perfectly straight. See, it needs to be a little bit that way. Ah, it drives me nuts. I even tune the gimbal before every live. See what I'm gonna do. See, this is how crazy I am. I will fix something no matter what in the middle of anything just to make it right. Okay, so we're just gonna give it a little crank that way. See if that helps. Again, my apologies. I like a very level horizon. Let's see if that did it. I think so, man. Oh, that's so much better. See, it's always in the details, man. Life is in the details. I'm telling you. And right there, that's the detail I wanted to show you guys. Look at that. That's what we've been waiting for. Huh? Now, if that isn't like one of the most spectacular, special sunsets you've ever seen in your life, let alone on Maui, because right now I got like one chicken skin, bro. Like, oh, it's like, oh, like literally, you think I'm kidding you? I'm not. I want to show it to you. Like the hair is standing up on my, oh, dude. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't want to take the camera off of this and show you my chicken skin, because that would be stupid. This is like spectacular, right? Wow. So again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, right, this would be a great time just to hit that subscriber button. Come on, Eric, hit him where it hurts. Right at the peak of beauty, ask for their loyalty. Support your local Maui sun. That is beautiful. All right, I'm just gonna shut up. That is just something else. Huh? Wow. This is so worth waiting for. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, Lisa just got out of the truck. She said stunning. Wow. And I've got Maui Jims on too, so just take whatever you're seeing and multiply it by Maui Jim. People ask me, Eric, why do you wear Maui Jims on the channel? Don't you want them to see the whites of your eyes? I'm like, but they're Maui Jims, man. I live on Maui. They're Maui Jims. Come on. When we meet face to face, you can check me out right in the eye, I promise. But it's also because I call them the paradise classes, because when I'm showing people real estate, I'll like have them if they don't have Maui Jims, I'll have them put them on like when we're looking at the ocean or something. I'm like, hey, check out the paradise classes, man. And they trip. And the next day I notice they're wearing Maui Jims. Because there's no sunglass that literally, there it is, literally factor, that literally makes things look as amazing as the Maui Jims do. Not that I've come across. Gorgeous, huh? Man. So just to give you a sense, you guys are seeing the full screen of this whole gig, but what we're seeing is more like this. It's just like this distant ball of like beauty. But I like it full screen, man. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, man. This is your Maui Fix. It's official. If you just tuned in, standing here in the beautiful Plantation Estates on the Ben Crenshaw Design Course, the beginning of the Tournament of Champions. Right behind the clubhouse. And that's the vista that we're getting to check out at the moment. Gorgeous, huh? All right, so that's kind of peaking, I think, or done peaking, I should say. And real quick, just because every one of my lives I got to get on my little buddy, because it gives me a little bit of satisfaction and gives you a little bit of tourage of the area. You can see these folks here where he's getting his putting game down, and she was taking pictures. Now they're just tripping out. They're like, really? And you can hear in the background, you guys probably can't hear it, but I can hear all the people in the restaurant talking and doing their thing, getting their game on. But real quick, we're just going to go for a quick cruise. I'm going to show you the entrance to the gate to the plantation, and I'll point out just a couple things about the neighborhood that I think make it super unique and special. Okay, I'm going to make sure. Okay, I thought I forgot something back in the grass. I'm like, oh, if I leave it there, I'll never find it again. But no, I have it in my pocket. Thank goodness. So one of the things that the entire neighborhood has are these beautiful rock walls, like everywhere. Like the entire neighborhood, it's got these beautiful rock walls everywhere. And then lots of these cook pines, which of course is what Kapalua is kind of known for. And so that's a pretty neat element. And then of course many of them have these types of views. You usually have one of two views. You usually have a view to the south where you could possibly pick up this intense fiery orange ball of perfection, or your view could be a little bit more to the north, in which case you might not get the sunset ball drop. But obviously some of the better lots do pick up. Oh, that's Taco, by the way, in case you guys haven't met. And this of course is the little buddy. There we go. And if you go to my website, plantationestatesforsale.com, you'll see an entire neighborhood video that I made at the plantation, because it's really bad internet once you get past this gate, so I couldn't just go live in this neighborhood. But I'm noticing the 5G is really kicking in once you pass the gate, so I had to shoot a recorded video. So I've never actually done a live in the plantation, but I noticed I hit 5 bars right after I went through the gate. But here's an example of someone's home, and is a very typical setup is a gated entry, and then of course the continuation of the rock wall. And up here, don't forget, a lot of lots will have beautiful views of the Misty Mountain gorilla tops. I mean, look at that. Look how cool. My son Colton just called me. He called me on my live last night too, which I think is what caused the disconnection. So if I get disconnected, guys, don't forget to thumb up the video, share and subscribe, and don't forget to call me if you're ever in the market for homeland or condo, anywhere in Kapalua or anywhere on Maui actually. And if you end up buying somewhere else in the Hawaiian Islands, I have agents on every island that can help you, so I can refer you to some of the best I know. So thumbs up, shout out if you have eaten at this beautiful fine establishment. I was recently taken here by a client of mine, Mike. Thank you, Mike, for the beautiful dinner. That sunset was epic. Very nice, good memory. So right here is the gated entry. That's the man gate. That's the one you're not going to get past no matter what, no matter how hard you try. They're not letting you in, guys. You can come and test it if you want. Go ahead. Come here and make up every story you can think of. They're just going to shoot you down. So that's a really cool asset, one of the few manned gates. Mahana Estates, which is not just next door. By the way, if you're curious where Mahana Estates is relative to this, which is the newest neighborhood in the plantation, it's right over there. So right there, I'm pointing the camera right now at Mahana Estates. And they have a gate that will be manned, I believe, after they build the 6th home. So that's kind of cool. So there could be another manned gate on the west side of Maui, but the rest are not manned. And then we'll just take a quick little peruse in here into the clubhouse. We won't go inside because that would be kind of weird. Of course, the golf course here is called the Plantation Course. Kind of goes without saying. But if you've eaten here and you have any comments, any feedback, any shout outs, if you're thinking about what's the closest beach, we're very close to D.T. Fleming's and Slaughterhouse, and of course Honolulu Bay, which is the best wave in the world, some say. Intermediate and advanced surfers only need apply. Short boarders and spongers. Spongers, someone on a body board, by the way, and they're not, and we don't really call them boogie boards. If you call it a boogie board in Hawaii, we kind of know you're from the mainland. So it's a body board, and if you're really one local Kaimbrata, you say the spongers, right? Because they're on a piece of sponge. But anyway, yeah, you guys learn a lot of stuff on this channel, don't you? It's crazy. We go from like talking about Ben Crenshaw, styled beginning of the PGA, to what a sponger is. Okay, and then, oh yeah, and then the beaches are DT Fleming's, which is the beach right in front of the Ritz Carlton, and from the Mahana Estates you can actually get a golf cart down there. I just checked it out the other day. I was told by the developer you can squeeze a golf cart down into that zone, but that would basically put you right in front of the what you call it, DT Fleming. So DT Fleming's would be your home beach right here. I've talked about this concept before. Wherever you live in Hawaii, you end up having what's called your home beach, because you're going to get really super lazy. Like, you think you're going to drive like to Kihei every once in a while. You're not. Nope, you're not going to do it. You think that you're going to be like, oh, let's go to Kaanapali. Yeah, in the beginning you might, right? But eventually you're not going to go very far, because you're going to get super lazy and super spoiled, and you're only going to want to go to the beach that's closest to you. That's just human nature for some reason. I don't know if it's because people want to make Maui seem bigger, so they just don't go as far. I don't know what the concept is, but you're just going to end up going to the beach that's closest to you most of the time. So wherever you're going to buy a house, if the beach is important to you, if the ocean's important to you, make sure that you like the beach that's closest to your house. If you don't like it, that would kind of suck, because now you're commuting to the next beach. And I know it sounds kind of weird, but if you have to drive an extra 15 minutes to get to the beach you really like, you're being unnecessarily hindered. So just watch for that closest beach. Now the good news is DT Fleming's is probably in our top 3 favorite beaches. Why? Because number 1, quick access to the Ritz Carlton hot tub. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. I really am kidding. Shh, don't tell anybody. And but seriously, really good waves. So great surf spot, great bodyboard spot, and it's just a fun place to be. And it's also nice and cool. So every afternoon it gets nice and cool there. So little things like that. When you live in Kapalua, you get kind of spoiled. You don't want to be too hot. And so it's just one of those beaches that's never too hot, and it has a nice park, and you can do birthday parties. It's just one of the greatest vibes, I think, of any beach park. If you agree, if you've been to DT Fleming's, if you love it, if you think it's cool, if it's your home hangout beach, which a lot of people in Napili, I know it is. And of course, you're really close to Kapalua Bay and Napili Bay, but again, that's an extra 5 minutes that way, and that's like a lifetime away once you live on Maui for a while. So good to know. It's got a good beach. And Slaughterhouse, another one. We're not going to talk about Slaughterhouse too much, because that truly is a local kind favorite, one of my absolute favorites. So I'm not going to talk about Slaughterhouse too much, okay? But it's good. All right, guys. Well, listen. It's been fun. It's been exciting. And check out the Cook Pines here. Just majestic, right? It's almost like Office Road. This house was just built. Spectacular. Spectacular home. Man, I'm telling you, man, some people, they just got good taste. And you can tell by the way they build their homes. And of course, if you ever need a list of good my curated list, if you will, of the best builders and architects on Maui, happy to share that with you. And I'd love to be a resource for you any way that I can. So thanks again, guys, for tuning in. I appreciate it. I shall return. I don't know where, I don't know when, but I can promise you it'll be somewhere in the beautiful island of Maui, and loaded with great information for all you beautiful aloha-infused audience members that are either dreaming about coming here, about to come here, or you're going to make it happen one way or another. I hope you fall into any of those categories, really. And next time you're on Maui, I'd love to hook up. So until next time, Eric West.